From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
95-56, 95-56.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now Breeze on third down. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Ready. Flag. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5-0. Let's go.
This is the rookie from USC, Ronald Jones, his first NFL carry. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Ready. Flag. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Hey, let's go.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying, the defense is going to have to adjust to it.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
Craig Robertson in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's go, let's convert. Watch set, eyes up, one set. Watch 80. Hey, 5 on the 50, Sonic! Watch tight is right. Hey, sub. Let's go. 5-0.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Winston from the gun on third down. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard from 19 yards away. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead.
Touchdown.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Shifts by him. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. We focus our attention here on the Saints' offense as they come out, and last year they were coming into 2017 with 3 straight 7-9 seasons. Well, they got it turned around. Won the NFC South at 11-5, won a wild card game, and then we all know the story, heartbreak in Minneapolis.
But it's one that won't break this team, I don't believe. I think it's actually something that they can use as fodder for the season, as something to build upon. And when you think of New Orleans, you naturally think of offense. You think of Drew Brees. You think of Alvin Kamara last year as a rookie, making the big plays. Mark Ingram running the football, throwing it to Mike Thomas out wide. But the key to this team continuing to get better remains on defense. And I think it was shown in the draft when they made the big move and drafted Marcus Davenport out of UTSA to rush the passer. They know they've got to win their division, which means slowing down some high-powered offenses in Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Atlanta.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here.
Hey, watch that. 11. 5-8.
Working from the gun, it's Brees. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Levante David in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
5 on the 50.
A give to Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's it, baby.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check three. Here we go, hey. Ready, block 25. Green, triple C.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Ready, blue ready. White. Tight dog. Hey, 5-0.
Now a second down throw for Winston. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it all the way down to the 15. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll give it to him up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal.
50. Here we go, even. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Here's Jones. It's the first NFL touchdown of the young career of Ronald Jones as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Kamara, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And this one is incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's third down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction.
Here we go.
Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Level. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Jameis to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down.
If the squad ain't with me, then yeah. Hey, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Cross move quick like AI. Chain shine bright like daytime. Stack big bread like waist high. I don't do lanes. Little watch out like 2 chains. I done swerved in a new lane. Bang at the grit, do things. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah, no it ain't. They ain't talking cash, so I did the race. NASCAR with the pace, Fiji water on the chain. Get no love where I ain't from. When I'm on the beat, I make it thumb. I need that bread like every crumb. Came up from nothing, made a sum. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Ay. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. How to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's the To the clout, I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shawty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
95-56, 95-56. 0-2, 0-2. 95-56, 95-56.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
95-56. Good set.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. He's got him in. Complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Hey, two.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Kamara's got the 1st down and then some. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be second down.
Here we go. 0-2.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Breeze to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now Winston. Flushed out right. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 39 that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Winston now, escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Green, Triple C.
Second down, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick it, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Good set. Sammy! 21. Hey, two.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And a gain there of 11 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
5-1. Ready. Waiting.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And Cook has it left side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Well, these Buccaneers coming off a 4-game drop-off from a year ago, 9-7 in Dirk Cutter's first season to 5-11 last year. It's now 10 straight seasons without a playoff appearance, and in fact, they have not won a playoff game, Charles, since winning Super Bowl 37.
And in order for them to get back to the playoffs, they've got to go through their division, which is awfully tough and high-powered on offense. Atlanta, New Orleans.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 74 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Breeze now on first down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Got it. 5-8. 5-4.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go. Got it. Eleven.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Airing this one out for Evans. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And now Winston wants to talk this one over as they'll take a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 4th down, the Bucs will call on Anger. Brian Anger to punt it away. Back deep is Marcus Sherrills. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. To throw, it's Breeze. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ron Parker, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let
me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Following the interception, Winston. He sets it's the first NFL touchdown of the young career of Ronald Jones as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on, and as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Breeze to throw on second down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Cameron Jordan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. To throw is Winston. Dancing to his left. Looking downfield for Godwin. That's going to be caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw. Eluding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. The final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to look deep down the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a real...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They go play action here on first down. And this is Central Florida's Traquan Smith, his first NFL catch. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Throwing now is Breeze. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. The open man is Smith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And fights through one man. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrored.
And, my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme. Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Sherrills. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Breeze. He's going to wind up and air it out. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And this one will be brought back to the 22. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He spins free. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go now. Hey, sub. Let's go. Sonic.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Drops it to Jones in the flat. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Bucks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, Sonic. Green, Triple C. Sonic. Hey, sub. Let's go.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. Open man has got it. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a second, 3rd quarter in Indy. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
The Bucs want Jones to take this running back job and run with it, literally and figuratively, as he's back there on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On play action, Winston. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
3 down. Slam. Hey, sub. Let's go.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play caller, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out,
it's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. Second and goal from the 1.
5 down. 4 down. 5 down.
He's going to get it running right. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints get a bit closer. And he puts it through. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints recovered it. New Orleans football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking long for Thomas. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Bridgewater. Smith catches left side. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Bridgewater. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jason Pierre-Paul able to disrupt yet another pass play, his third sack of the afternoon. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Being chased out left. Teddy Bridgewater, a cool moment for him. His first touchdown pass since the final week of the 2016 season.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They're looking to throw this. Winston flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Winston steps away to his left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Again, it's Jones. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. He'll get it up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones now with his 3rd touchdown in his 1st ever NFL game. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Line of scrimmage again, the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kentrell Brice picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Wide open receiver complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Bucs, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.